Leo, Cullen, congratulations, 35-25 win against Munster Rugby. You must be pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, delighted at how the guys went. Very experienced Munster team in many respects, and yeah, for a lot of young guys, it's a fantastic experience for them to play here in the Aviva in front of such a big crowd. So, huge shout out to the support again. Like, it's amazing for a regular season game to get that type of turnout to a match. When, from our point of view, you could argue, well, what exactly is on the line? But as we know, there's always something on the line in these games, and you could see it from both sets of players. I thought, huge credit, I think, to both sets of players, the way they went about the game, because it was hugely competitive, two teams going hard at it, and yeah, you could see, like, obviously there was a fair bit of toll as well, a few bodies coming off at different stages to get some treatment, but it was, I think, a reflection of the commitment that was on show. So great reflection on all the good stuff about Irish rugby again. So yeah, but no, we're ultimately delighted to get a win, and it's, again, as I said, a great experience for particularly for some of the young guys.
You mentioned during the week about never knowing what can happen over the next couple of weeks, and players having an opportunity today to put their hands up. Do you think they did that?
Yes, very much so. Yeah, we talked about the experience of going to South Africa with a young group, a number of academy players in particular, and they really have grown from that experience. Particularly with that Sharks game, there were a lot of learnings in terms of managing the game. The Stormers games, yeah, like we didn't quite execute at different stages. And granted, there's some experienced players come back in. If you think like Sean Cronin, Devon, Ryan Baird is still a young player, but he's an Irish international, Jordan Larmour as well. So there's some of those guys, that say weren't in South Africa. I think they really added to that group in particular. So yeah, no, I thought that we were like much more composed during the course of the game, executed better when we had opportunities, and it's great to come away with the tries that we did during the game, and to get a win, it's fantastic. So yeah, keeps the spirits going in the right direction. Nice and competitive group, and that's what you need. So we want to be fighting on both fronts right to the very end. That's what we've stated all along. We're in the final now of Europe next week, which is just a great challenge for us, really, as a group. We lost to La Rochelle in the semi-final last year, so we know the threats that they have. So we need to have a big week now in terms of getting ourselves right for that game. But it's a hugely exciting challenge. We know it's going to be a tough challenge, but this is what it's all about, isn't it? So, and we know obviously we'll have a quarter-final the week after that. But for now, it's very much eyes on Marseille and La Rochelle and getting ourselves ready for that.
One of the men that you mentioned there was Jordan Larmour. He picked up the URC player of the match, and any time he had the ball, something positive seemed to happen from it. He's had a frustrating time with that hip injury, but he lit up the Aviva this evening.
No, delighted for Jordan. Yeah, as you say, like, it's been a bit stop-start for him during the course of this season, but he's potentially timed his run very, very well, and yeah, no, like, he's beaten a load of defenders there today, and still remember obviously that wonder try he scored down in Thomond Park, and he's a great talent, Jordan, and great to see him back out there.
Finally, Leo, you mentioned about the mix of youth and experience that you had in the 23 this evening, but a word for Devon Toner and Sean Cronin playing in their last ever game in the Aviva Stadium, obviously retiring at the end of the season, and then Ben Murphy making his debut, the 60th player to represent Leinster this season. Well,
the two lads, Devon, the Nugget, they've just been like, they're brilliant characters. And yeah, like, it's fantastic to have them around. They really are. They're adding the whole time, which has been amazing. So, and then Ben on the other end, starting off his Leinster career. So Devon on one hand, Leinster's most capped player, to Ben, and Ben has been in around Leinster for a long time. Think of him as shapers as. He
said as a 7-year-old himself.
7-year-old, yeah. I was going to say 10, so 7-year-old, there you go. So he's been around it, obviously, with Richie. So, but it's amazing to see him make his debut there today. So, delighted for him. Cormac, a little bit unfortunate, obviously, with his shoulder knock, but great for Ben, become the 60th player to represent Leinster this season. So, and hopefully he'll go on to have a great Leinster career as well.
Leo, congratulations. Go well next week.
Thank you.